It's Jahf Reach coming to you live and alive from the city of Jahf Reach. This is the show called Open Minded, Not Blinded. You can find us at Jahf Reach, that's Jahf Reach, like I'm about to reach over there. Find us on everything, including YouTube. When you find us on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and while you're at it, give us a thumbs up. Here what we got planned for you today. In this episode, I feel privileged to be bringing you a topic that can actually help few people involved in the episode. So it's important that you leave your comment, important that you share the video, and very important that you give your feedback so you can actually help all or one of the individuals involved in this episode. Now, this episode is specific to communication or lack of communication or no communication, right? So the fact of the matter is sometimes, majority of the times, men and women interpret things differently, whether it's actions or whether it's words. We interpret things differently majority of the time, or in most, if not all cases. So I've had one of my fans, Tara, indicate to me that she is not currently interested in dating. She has a few set goals she wants to accomplish before entering into any sort of relationship. However, despite that, while she's mentioning this to me, she still has a young man pursuing her or making advances towards her, and she asked me to do an episode on this topic. While I was at it, I also have the privilege of talking to two newcomers to the country, and they are actually looking for relationships. So they are looking for partners. So they're new to the country and respectively, so they're not together. It's two individuals, and I got their feedback and comments. I think it's important because while one individual may be saying something, the other individual may be interpreting it differently from what they are saying. So what the one person is saying, the other individual on the receiving end may be hearing something differently. Now, ladies, if this is the case or you have ever been in a situation like this, I want you to speak to that. And men, don't be shy to comment, don't be shy to give your opinion if you have tried or been in a situation like this and you feel like your advances or your initiation process wasn't appreciated, or your efforts were not appreciated, I want you to speak to this also. Like I said, your views, comments, and feedback will definitely be helpful for one or all of the individuals involved in this specific episode. So, with that being said, before we get started, I want you all to understand that the views, comments, and opinions of everyone involved in this episode is specific to them only, and not necessarily the views of myself or the Jahf Reach Show or Open Minded, Not Blinded. I just needed to get that disclosure out there. Stay tuned and listen. So I have with me here today a nice older gentleman. He's new to the country. Actually, he's interested in dating. But seeing how he's new to the country, I want to find out from you what challenges, if any, or what experiences have you noticed since coming to North America? You can speak to that by giving examples, definitions, or just elaborate.
Thank you, gentlemen. The challenges are enormous. There is a lot of cultural differences. The girls in North America manifest a lot of cultural differences from what is seen in the other parts of the world. Here, you don't see a lot of manifestation of feelings. Love is not so much. No, lot of emphasis on love. They look at relationships in factual way. You must understand that here it appears some women date women while some men date men, which is very rare to find in other parts of the world. They are materialistic and in a way, in a certain way, and not materialistic in a certain way. Materialistic in that some group of them, they consider love relationship as purely great in financial terms. You pay to earn what you, the pleasure. You pay for the pleasure, for the time, and then while they are not materialistic in that, they have some have the wealth. Some are wealthy. Actually, the challenges are enormous, but overall, you have a lot of beautiful women in North America. God has blessed them with a lot of beautiful women, and just that they've lost the zeal for love. It no longer exists in North America, though they pretend as if it exists, but it no longer exists. That's what the impression a newcomer will have. The girls, they just go in for pleasure. They go in for sexual pleasure. When they have the desire for sex, they have it and they move on.
So I have a younger gentleman here with me also to speak on the issue or challenges one may face as a newcomer to another country. So this may be in regards to race, religion, and or culture. However, I would let him speak to that and in regards to that specific subject, whether he chooses to give personal experiences, elaborate, or his own definition. So, what do you have to say in regards to that?
Thanks, Jeff, for having me on your show. And I sort of agree with some of the things that our previous gentleman had spoken of. Dating is it's very difficult for a newcomer. It's a time of transition. You're in a new place, new country, making friends. You're looking for work, trying to sort of find your feet in a new country, and you're in the midst of your own insecurities, and finding somebody who's compatible and who's right for you can be quite difficult. Now, there are various reasons and challenges. One could obviously be the cultural differences. The newcomer could be from a country which is not as liberal as Canada, and dating could mean something else to him or her, and the expectations that he or she may have may be different to what a Canadian or an American has in mind. Now, obviously, we have to address the elephant in the room. Race and religion are two important factors when it comes to deciding your partner, and oftentimes people are not willing to look outside of their own religion or their communities. So to approach somebody and get into a meaningful relationship, it has numerous hindrances. And sort of going back to what I had said initially, this is a time of transition. The newcomer may not be financially stable. So here the money aspect of this also plays a role. Dating is not cheap, It involves regular expenses, and it may be difficult to find somebody who is understanding of this and is ready to adjust. And I also feel that dating or getting into a relationship is a serious matter, and it's difficult regardless of whether somebody is a newcomer or not.
You all are most welcome. I want to say thank you to all my special guests today and to all the listeners. I want to encourage you to share your comments and feedback. And if you have a topic you would like us to speak on, please send us a message at Jahf Reach. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Importantly, I want you to remember that your comments, your advice, your views, and your reaction could help every individual, or at least one individual, not specific to this episode only, but in the future, and somebody in the community. Until the next one, it's Jahf Reach, not Jahf Come. Salute, Kaba.